Because soldiers of the cross, we just want to save one man. I'll go to the other side of the freaking world and spend every dime I have to see one man saved because his soul is priceless. Do we get more than that? Yeah, all the time. But that's not what we're after. If your threshold is to reach one man, if that's your threshold, you can do anything. You can go anywhere and do anything because you don't have to have some big hoopla. I'm just looking for one guy. Well, where do we get that? Easy. We're just following Jesus, man. Jesus went one guy up in the hills in a graveyard running around naked, breaking chains. One guy across the whole ocean with all of this. One guy. He knew the city was going to kick him out of there. He knew those business people were going to say, hey, dude, you're killing our pigs. Get out of here. He knew there was only going to be one man, yet he went. You know, that chick that approached him at the well? Think about that for a minute. He's the most important person who ever lived or who ever will live. And all 12 guys are going to leave him at the well alone and go in town for supplies and just leave him standing there? That's what they're going to do? There's no way that they do that unless he specifically instructed them to. I'm not important at all. I'm with 4 or 5 of my buddies come over here to Idaho. If we were going to say, hey, man, let's go over to the park for lunch, why don't you guys go get supplies? They wouldn't all leave me there by myself. 2 of them would say, yeah, hey, let's go down and load up the truck and we'll stay here with you, Ben. Well, this is Jesus, the most important guy there ever was, but he was there alone. What's that tell you? That tells you he specifically told everyone to leave. And when they said, no, Jesus, 4 or 5 of us will go and the other 8 or 9 will stay. No, I want you all to go. Oh, how come? Because he knew that there was a Samaritan chick who was a nasty woman who had been married 5 times and was living in sin. Now, according to society, she was a nasty woman, not according to Jesus. He knew that if she showed up at that well and saw 4 or 5 Jews standing around there, people these Samaritans weren't even supposed to talk to, she would have been intimidated. She would have waited off in the bushes or trees until they left before she came to get her water. Jesus knew that. That's why he said, no. I want all of you guys to go, and I'll be fine. I'm going to stay here by myself. I got to spend some time with my father. Whatever it was he said, we don't know, but you guys all leave me alone. He did it on purpose so that woman wouldn't be intimidated. And sure enough, she shows up. We're not supposed to talk to the Jews, but yeah, it's just this one rabbi. He looks pretty harmless. And she walks up. And you know the story, man. He told her everything about, she said this and she said that. And she said she had to go get her husband. And Jesus said, hey, man, not only is the man you're living with not your husband, but you've had 5 other men that you were married to. And, of course, she said, I think you're a prophet. I mean, I'm going to get into the story, but the point of why I'm bringing it up is one woman, he planned his whole day knowing that she would not come forward if a group of guys were there. He cared about that one woman. He cared about that one naked dude breaking chains up at the graveyard. He was with the whole entire crowd of people that said, hey, Zacchaeus up in that tree, come on down here, dude. I'm going to have dinner with you tonight. Time after time after time, the guy that he healed, the one guy where he spit in the dirt and put mud on his eye. And remember that guy got healed, and the Pharisees and all the priests were saying, man, there's something crazy going on here. How'd you get healed? He told them like 8 times. Jesus did it. Finally, they got so ticked off at him, they threw him out on the street. The Bible says they threw him out and he was alone. Well, what's the next verse? The next verse says, and Jesus went and found him. One guy.